It is a world of darkness.
Hello and welcome again to Vampire the Masquerade Victoria by Night. I'm your storyteller Kelly, and we are back here after a sizable break. It's really good to see everybody again. Unfortunately, we had to press on tonight with our castmate Naomi, who is otherwise busy with another life thing has come up. And we just couldn't cancel one more time, so hopefully they will be joining us next session. But tonight, it's going to be just the three of these mostly evil fools.
Oh my god, I'm the good one.
You're the good one. How bad is that?
You're the voice of
right?
reason.
I know, that's bad.
That's in anything that's really bad. So why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves? Let's just go down the list. Hey James, how's it going?
Why, hello there, Kelly. My name is James, and I am playing for you tonight Leo von Ritter, the eternally curious and quite contented with his unlife Malkavian, who tends to get into a lot of trouble.
What a dick.
Often enough, yeah.
Can confirm. Hello, Winter.
Hi, I'm Winter. I play Nora, the Nosferatu. I'm just misunderstood.
You're not misunderstood. You're also evil.
And you're my enabler.
I like your contacts tonight.
Thank you, I found them.
You guys are
Like
Bonnie and
under a
Clyde of the
dumpster, or like what? Where?
Ooh.
Oh, thanks.
Well, you're a
Compliments?
Nosferatu. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Nosferatu characters. The only time you can tell your friends, "Wow, you're fucking ugly," and they'll be like,
No.
"Thank you."
No, I lost
Nosferatu.
these ones during like September, and then I went into a bag that I hadn't used for a couple months, and then I was like, oh, that's nice.
If you're ever doing a LARP or anything, you gotta try Nosferatu at least once. It is so much fun to do all that makeup and like make yourself hideous.
We've been off for this long, and the one game that we managed to run, I have a cowlick that I can't get rid of. Hold on. All right, and hello, Chris. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm Chris, playing Mason Roy, the not a real vampire.
Not a vampire.
Sort of.
You should be a doctor. Then you can be Dr. Acula.
Doctor.
Dr. Acula.
Who was talking about that? Someone was talking about that recently.
And thank you for the resubscribe, Paradoxical Ghoul. All right, Yay! All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, and other friends who have been staying away from this cluster. This is Vampire the Masquerade, which is a game that some of you may be familiar with. If you're joining us for the first time, you may not be. So Vampire the Masquerade is a game of personal horror that takes place in a world very similar to our own, in this world of darkness. The things that we fear stalking the shadows may actually be in the shadows, and in the case of vampires, actually are. Living on the edge of society, living in the shadows, and hiding among the flock that they feed upon. Vampires are very real indeed, and hide behind an elaborate masquerade. Because, hey, what better way to live among your prey than to convince them that you never existed in the first place? The characters in this game are set in Victoria, British Columbia, in Canada. Basically, if you know where Vancouver is or know where Seattle is, it's kind of like whoop on a little island. Actually, a pretty big island. I think it's like the 40th largest island in the world or something like that.
Oh yeah, we're substantial. Yeah,
It's pretty big.
sizable.
Bigger than Guam. It would be the 45th largest state or something like that. It's like twice the size of Delaware. So, you know, like Joe Biden, your state's half the size of this island. So, ha. And follows a bunch of vampires who are descended from Cain, the first murderer, who God cursed with sick, awesome powers. I mean, he doesn't bat 1,000, I guess. So, does anybody want to jump in and explain what the hell happened last session? Or should I just give the narration real quick?
Oh, I want to hear everyone's highlights on this.
All right. So why don't you tell me what your highlights from the last episode are, and then I'll just give the summary of what happened.
For the first time, I'm not hungry.
This is true.
I was surprised I didn't eat another vampire and was not the I thought I was going to be the first character to eat another vampire, but apparently not. Oh, and murder. Lots of murder, which doesn't sit well with me.
Yes, there was quite an unexpectedly large amount of murder that actually took
Unexpected?
place.
Leo? Really?
Hey, I didn't go out there swinging at people like constantly. I mostly just tried to like run around and told you guys to do stuff, and you did it.
It's true. Anybody else have any? Is that pretty much it? Okay.
And basically for Mason, it's like, you don't know what you saw.
Oh, no, I didn't see anything. I was actually trying to go up and see if there were any survivors and tell them to run away to get away from us murderous assholes. And so I didn't see what you guys did or saw or whatnot.
No. You don't
bad.
get it, Mason. You don't know what you really saw.
All right, so quick summary. And also, if for some reason the stream dies suddenly, we're in the middle of like a super bad windstorm right now. So if it knocks out the power or something, that happens around here a lot. So hopefully it'll be fine, but just warning you in advance. So last time on Victoria by Night, the characters were sent across the island to go visit the seaside resort and hippie town of Tofino, where the Prince of Victoria, the Prince of all of Vancouver Island, has an oath of fealty that needed to be reinforced from an ancient vampire who lived in Tofino and used it as his domain. The characters were sent there basically just to get his swear of approval, and when they got to his place, they found that the old mansion that hadn't been visited in at least a decade by any other kindred had been partially burned to the ground a few years ago, or months ago, or actually they have no idea how long. They investigated it only to find that there were people already there filming a ghost hunting TV show. This caused problems because the house was actually haunted, not just by restless spirits, but by several strange entities, some of which were sworn to a creature locked in the basement. The characters went around, they found the person that they were supposed to get this oath of fealty from. They found him chained to a bed, staked through the heart, and burned to a crisp with a message on the wall listing its perpetrator as the Second Inquisition, a group of mortal vampire hunters that have gone global with government funding and probably backing from the Pope. You know, he's a nice guy. The characters managed to scare off the majority of the camera crew or kill them, and then went into the basement where they found a vampire laying in stasis with a stake through his heart. Doing the smart thing, two of the characters decided it would be a great idea to eat him. So they drained his soul out of his body with the remainder of his blood, and through a strange necromantic ritual that was inscribed into the table, both managed to gain a fraction of his power. Mason, you saw none of this because you were outside like flipping vans and stuff.
I was trying to save people.
It's not a blazer, it's just a suit top. The blazer is a little constricting around my shoulders because I'm a big guy, actually. Like, I'm drinking my Coke Zero. All right.
I gotta say is Leo is the reason Mason drinks.
Blood? That's not. Is
No.
Leo your sire?
Am I your
Maybe.
daddy?
Oh God. No.
Are you gonna call
Please,
him daddy?
no. Please, no. Don't be my vamp daddy.
Call me daddy. All
Vamp
right.
daddy.
Call me Vamp Daddy, Bone Daddy. All right, so anything but that. All right, so that was what happened last game. The characters did that and then went and spent the night in their completely devastated Winnebago or mobile home that
That's
they got.
on Leo's credit card.
It's a Winnebago. Oh, we had quite the road trip.
It was pretty great. And with that, the characters are going to be heading home tonight. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Chris, you contacted me before game and said you wanted to buy up a number of skills and abilities. So in any downtime, you're going to buy up your herd. Basically, you're a vegetarian, so you only feed on animals. So you're going to go ahead and do that. You also bought up a couple points of stealth and crafts and something else, right? Athletics.
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody else spending any experience points?
Ooh. I can't remember the costs for stuff, though. I
what
might
do you
got
want?
some
I do.
skills.
Skills are 3 times new dot.
3 times new dots.
There we go. It's over there. It used to be on this side. Yeah, skills are times 3. A new specialty costs 3. A clan discipline is new level times 5.
Then I think I'll probably buy a point of firearms.
Okay, that'll cost you 3.
No, Leo, no.
Because you did shoot a gun.
Actually, it was a crossbow.
Same
My
thing.
crossbow.
And I'll get a point of brawl or athletics. Brawl or athletics.
Did you throw any punches?
No, but I wrestled with a lot of things.
Mostly guilt.
That comes later.
For Leo, it probably will never come.
Yeah,
Didn't
probably. I think I'll hold off for the moment. I'll just say keep the last of it.
Sounds good. All right. Okay, guys. So, and Winter, are you going to get anything for Nora? You have muted yourself again.
Sorry, I wanted to wait until we got back to Victoria to see like what would happen, and then I was going to buy it originally 3 months ago. So I wanted to wait after this session to see where we were at with characters.
Sounds good. All right, and just to give everybody a sense of things, last game was set on... Oh, God, we're still in August in game. Okay, so it was August the 31st, so it is September 1st today as you are traveling home. All right, any last questions? Oh, and we lost Chris.
Nope. Bye.
Well, I guess I have a question while we wait for him to quickly relog here.
Yes.
What did we pull in terms of power from doing our?
And we got him back.
Oh, there he is.
There we go.
But what do we get for eating?
Sorry, my internet is shit.
It's okay. We got you back. All right. So, what did you get?
Okay.
You got blood potency, and you got a generation.
Right.
So you already adjusted that on your sheet.
Yeah. I just couldn't recall what exactly we got out of it. Okay.
Yeah. So you are what generation now, or what blood potency are you?
I've got blood potency 3 and generation 12 currently on my sheet.
Okay, so that means that you have maximum blood potency of 3. You have, at blood potency 3, you add 2 dice whenever you do a blood surge.
Okay.
Whenever you do a rouse check to mend damage, you heal 2 points of superficial damage instead of 1.
Okay.
Discipline power bonus, you add 1 dice.
Okay.
And then when you're doing a rouse check, to use quick and easy language, when you do your rouse check on a discipline of level 1 or 2, you have advantage on the roll.
Okay.
So the 1 dice to see if you get hungrier.
Yeah.
However, you can no longer eat animal or bagged blood.
Okay.
Suckers.
All right. And Winter, what is your blood potency now? You're at 2 or 3? Remind me. 2?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you basically you heal 2 points of superficial damage, and you can still drink animal and bagged blood, but it only does half.
Yeah.
However, your Bane severity is at 1. James, your Bane severity is at 2. So your madness is getting worse. Like I said before, you were trying to plead.
It's so easy to go nuts.
You were trying to plead insanity
Leo,
before, and I'm
no.
like, you have nothing, basically, dude. You just skipped your meds for a day. Like, now you're going crazy.
This is going to be glorious. I'm looking forward to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with that, welcome to the world of
I do
darkness.
not like your obsession with Mason.
You're his protege. Welcome to the world of darkness.
No.
Night falls again on Tofino, and you soon find yourselves trundling back onto the road. The rickety, horrible, grinding sound of the damaged, almost completely destroyed camper van that you are driving, held together only by wishful thinking and Mason's quick repair skills, continues. It works down the road, heading back toward Nanaimo, and then your plan is to head south. Anna sits in the front with Mason, not really talking, looking out the window. Mason, probably full of your own thoughts. But in the back of the car, in the back of the camper, at the dinner table, with the little C-shaped seating arrangement with the flower print upholstery, Nora and Leo are sitting. What are you talking about?
Can you remind us, like, we recognize the word acquisition, right? Or, like, of it?
You mean Inquisition?
Inquisition, yeah, sorry.
Yes. Yes, you would.
Okay.
You might.
True.
I think Leo is probably like just like leaned back, his feet like kicked up on either like the duffel bag that was there before, or like a like the overturned. I think we had a bucket or something like that there with the cleaning supplies before. So just kind of propped up on there, just relaxed back.
Is this the first time that they've ever been on this side of basically the planet?
No, it's the first time you've ever heard about them being on the island, though.
Yeah. And did we know if they were active? Or was it something from like a long time ago that just kind of fizzled out?
This is the Second Inquisition. You've heard stories of the First Inquisition from your sire, what brief stories he would have told about the burning times, when mortals rose up and drove vampires into obscurity, where vampires reinvented themselves by hiding themselves in myth and legend. The Inquisition faded out, or perhaps just went underground. A few years ago, around the turn of the millennium, vampires began going missing. And then, brazenly, the Second Inquisition, as they became known, emerged in full force, overthrowing the Tremere from their seat of power, killing a number of dignitaries and other princes and important figureheads across the world. This should be a scary thing. This should feel like a nice quick example would be like this is finding out that ISIS is in your backyard.
Yeah. Do you suppose that they are just human? Or do they...
That's what you think. Organized, though. And
very
knowledgeable.
organized.
So, that's what you would know, probably.
Okay. Neat.
So what do you do?
How do you think the prince is going to react to hearing about the Inquisition?
Oh, no doubt he'll be stoic about it, of course, put on a good face. While the court twitters and starts getting anxious. And rightly so, I suppose. How are you doing?
I feel great. How do you feel?
I'm not quite sure exactly. Kind of strange, hard to place. Are you just like seated on the seat beside me, or?
Probably a cross.
Okay. So Mason, do you think this old beast can actually make the journey? Or do we have to liberate something more structurally sound?
Did we lose him?
Chris?
I'm still here. He's just not responding.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
You
think
hear no
Mason is
response from
angry.
the front of the car.
Listen, it was unfortunate what happened. But it's not like we can do anything about it now. All we can do
Just
is...
shut up and let me concentrate on the road.
Mason, you know better than to tell me to shut up. Sure does smell nice out here, though. You don't get that in Victoria. That real wet wood kind of feeling to it.
We had a tarp up between, like, the drivers.
Yes, you did.
Cool. If that's opener thing, I'm just gonna kind of slow down a little bit and like reach back and just shut it.
Okay. It's difficult though, with the front windshield bashed out. The air is smacking you directly in the face and rattling the tarp.
That's great. It drowns out the noise of Leo talking.
It does. It does.
Leo will just smirk when he closes the tarp. Seems I touched a nerve, or several.
Perhaps jealousy.
Jealousy? Why would you say jealousy?
Well, we rag on him all the time for being like a half-blooded vampire.
I don't rag upon him for being a half-blooded vampire. That's what the rest of the court does. I've always been nothing but respectful to our companion. I don't talk down to him. I keep him included in all business. I love Mason.
He doesn't even want to be here.
I know.
So he's just mad
where else
about
does he have to go?
Right?
Well, sooner or later, he's just going to learn that he has to take possession of it. There's no other alternative. You can frustrate it and grind your teeth all you will, but it doesn't make any difference.
Well, I mean, jealous as in a way of maybe it could have brought him closer to one end rather than the other.
I'm not sure I quite follow.
Made him a more powerful vampire.
I don't think Mason has any interest in becoming a more powerful vampire. He resents the entire lifestyle.
Well, that's on him then, if that's how he wants to live for the rest of his life.
I think what he's actually frustrated by is his inability to compartmentalize, to put those bits of himself into their proper place. I'm not quite sure the term for it. I've always found it rather simple to do myself, but I know it's tricky for most.
I guess maybe it's just the way I think. I don't understand why he wouldn't.
Leo will just shrug.
Now, one thing I want you to do after sleeping last night, the end of everything. Can I get all of you just to make me a rouse roll? So that's just a reminder. That is 1d6. Or probably 1d6. You're trying for a...
I got a 1.
You got a 1. Okay, actually, you know what? It's been 3 months. Let me remind. Chris, is it a success we're looking for or a failure we're looking for this? We want a success, right?
You're looking for a success to not lose blood.
So, when you are rousing to wake up, everybody roll 1 die. And
I got 1. You can't see.
So you're trying for a 6. So you are going to fail that one. So your hunger goes up by 1.
Yay. Decadence.
Okay. And how'd you do, James?
Leo rolled a 10.
Okay. All right. So with that, Nora, as you're sitting there, amidst the horrible sound of the car grinding and pulsing along the highway, the tailpipe on the highway as you're going, the tarp, bits of glass breaking off from the wind pressure. You feel that gnawing hunger begin to rise in you. Sated for the first time since your embrace. It's even worse than it was before. You almost didn't remember what it was like not to be hungry. But now you have the contrast, and it's even worse.
And where are we about now?
Right
On
now,
the drive back?
You're probably about 2 hours outside of Tavino because Mason actually had to sleep after last night.
Sorry, can you repeat that? You kind of cut out for me.
You're on your way to Nanaimo. You're about an hour out of Nanaimo.
Okay. Had we made any stops so far?
Not so far.
You'll remember that the path down here was a little hostile.
One hunger's not a big deal, but it's not pleasant.
I'll deal with it for now. Unless anyone brought, like, stuff packed for our trip.
Nobody made sandwiches.
Oh, yeah, I'm still at 3 hunger, actually.
I mean, you Diablerized someone.
Oh, that knocks it down?
Pretty good.
Yeah, that should knock it to 0. You killed someone.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it does when you kill a human through feeding, so I'm going to assume it does when you kill a vampire through feeding. You sit there and move throughout the night. And you have that feeling, that rush from last night is narcotic. You feel it in your veins, the feeling of destroying, digesting another person's soul. Does it get any better than that? Mason, can you make me a wits and composure roll?
Certainly. Wits 2, composure 3. 2 successes, bestial failure if miss.
Okay. Well, that's hilarious. All right.
Yeah.
As you look in the mirror, as you look in the one remaining side mirror, the one just on the other side of Anna, you see headlights in the distance coming up behind you.
Fuck.
And you realize now that you've been seeing those same headlights for almost an hour. They're getting closer. And then you can't go very fast. You're probably limited to about 40k. A Rolls Royce pulls out to the side of you and passes you on the 2-lane highway.
Oh, thank God.
You pull off the Highway 1. Begin heading your way down Mackenzie. You're back in Victoria. The sun's not going to be coming up for a few more hours. You made it back with plenty of time. You can't remember what you were talking about in the back seat. You sit at the table, in mid-conversation, maybe even laughing or smiling. But, Nora, you and Leo have no idea what you were just talking about. And in the front seat, Mason, when you drive for long enough, sometimes just patches of the road skip by you. It's pretty common. You do a road trip on somewhere you've been a couple of times. The highway driving just blurs. You have no memory of it. Anna is not in the front seat. Maybe she went and laid down. What do you all do? Just head straight home?
That would certainly be Leo's plan.
I will drive. I will drive the contraption that we're in to Leo's place, where and then I will get out without saying anything to anyone else and try and find my own way home.
Okay. You managed to make it up to the front. Are you going to put it in his driveway or just like on the side of the road next to his house?
You know what? It's on the side of the road next to the...
Okay. So you pull alongside of the curb outside of Leo's
Leo
house.
and his butler.
All right. One of the dual wheels jumps the curb and scrapes through the grass, tearing down a "Keep Off the Grass" sign from the homeowners association nearby, squashing it down into the thick, damp mud.
Wonderful.
And it's at that point that the car dies. The engine, actually, you will hear it tick away as a rod finally bursts in it, plunging into thousands and thousands of dollars of repairs. All you will hear as you park the car is the of a key being left in the ignition. What do you all do?
I
I think you're muted, Winter.
Oh, I just meant like I was going like there to the car.
It certainly did serve us well, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Made it all the way there and back again.
Sweet beast. Can't gently pet it.
How long do you think Mason's gonna be mad?
Who's to tell? Mason is always mad. Now, Nora, do you think you could do me a favor? Maybe we could put this thing into neutral and just get it into the driveway there. At least then it won't have people, my neighbors, kind of
Talking?
looking. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll help. Do you want me to roll for that one, Kelly?
I'm going to go check the athletics chart on that, which someone told me is in the back of the book.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's in a weird place. Well, that's fine. We're going to do these.
And I'll probably go get Philippe to give us a hand as well.
Okay.
Oh, good. His strength, too, is going to come in great handy.
I know, right? Or at least, at least we can maybe sit him in the driver's seat and he can turn it, right? Like.
Okay, so let me just check the... Someone gave me the exact page number on YouTube. And, of course, I have no idea where that is. I mean, I know where YouTube is. All right, so can I get everybody who's pushing to what is your strength plus potence? And
my potence?
yeah.
Ooh. That's gonna be 5 dice altogether for me.
Cool. Can you go ahead and make me a rouse check to activate your potence?
Yeah. That was a lot better. That was an 8.
All right, cool. All right, so you have 8 points. I'm going to say that I'm not going to require a roll for this. So
okay.
It'll take a bit of work. It'll probably take you about 10 minutes to do so, but with your superhuman strength, pushing a car, even something this big in neutral, is going to be doable. You'll basically just push it back over the ledge, just and around the corner, up into the side of the gated complex that is around Leo's manor.
Okay, cool. We just get it out of the way.
Nora, you lovely creature. Thank you very much for your help.
Before I head out tonight, do you mind if I also get a glass of drinky drink?
Oh, of course. You want to tap into my special stockpile, of course.
Yes.
How much herd do you have, James?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have any herd.
You have no drinky drink.
I thought we were getting supplied by blood from the prince. Yeah.
Is it COVID?
Yeah.
Well, let me see if your shipment came in this week.
See, it doesn't matter anymore because I can no longer drink it. Like, I don't know that yet.
We can we can find out together.
Yeah,
I probably have like a handful of bags left or something.
You'll have 1 bag of O negative left.
Oh, never
That's
mind
it.
then.
You get the sweet stuff.
It's sweet.
Yeah, O negative is like the least pleasant blood there is. Has no flavor to it, guys. Come on, it's the universal donor. Nobody wants that. You need some nice
will
A
gladly
AB
provide her.
Neat. Cheers.
Okay. You will gain. Well, how does that work? A bag blood slakes half hunger. How much does bag blood give you in this one? Because it used to be that it didn't give anything.
Except for the last dot.
I'm sorry. What was that?
The last dot can only be except for the last dot. The last dot can only be
by killing. So it does 1 normally
by killing someone.
Oh yeah. So Nora,
I would say 1.
Nora, you're gonna drink this, and it does absolutely nothing for you. Like maybe if you had more of it, but this is just, it's thin and watery.
Did he water it down?
No.
Maybe
But you know how
he did.
bagged blood. You know how bagged blood is with all those.
No. Try it.
I'll give it a sip.
It is like drinking water that someone spat in after flossing.
I'm terribly sorry. Perhaps this one bag went bad.
Sir, that was
Wretched.
just recently delivered 2 nights ago, your butler says.
Oh, well, perhaps they're having to scrape the bottom of the barrel to provide.
Perhaps, sir.
Should we message our people to let them know that we're back?
I suppose that would be prudent. Would you like to make the call, or shall I?
I'll do it.
All right.
Please be
Who
my
are you
guest.
calling?
Were we sent on this as a secret mission, or like our shadows knew?
Oh, your shadow knew, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd get in contact with them and let them know that we're back, and yeah.
Actually, wait, did your shadow know? I don't
That's
remember.
I can't
Yeah,
remember
what would you tell?
that we're
You should tell
back.
Talia. All right. So, actually, you can't remember if Talia knew, but you gonna call her anyway?
Yeah, I'll give her a call.
Okay. The phone rings a couple of times. It's 4 a.m. You've got about another hour and a half before the sun rises. You're starting to get that slightly prickly feeling around the edge of your collar and your exposed flesh. But a minute later, her deep, sultry voice will answer the phone. Hello?
Hey, it's Nora.
Where have you been?
Oh, went up island. How are you?
I haven't been better. Or I have been better, I suppose.
Yeah, just checking in, seeing if you've heard anything over the last day or so. Any news?
What do you mean? Like on the island, in Victoria? Things with the U.S. president? Like, what are we talking about here?
I guess mostly Victoria, but if anything on the island in particular.
Your sire still hasn't come down from Nanaimo.
Yeah.
I hear that people are worried about him.
Well, the funny thing is, passing through Nanaimo got stopped, threatened, not our territory. Do you know anything about that?
What do you mean, not your territory? Of course it's your territory. The entire island is the prince's territory.
Something makes me think that this wasn't vampires. More toothy. Well, I guess they can't be more toothy than me. Never mind. More hairy,
So,
smelly.
Like lupines?
I think so. they weren't transformed or anything or able to tell, but there was just, that feeling. They weren't human. First time running into something like that outside of Victoria and us.
Well, shit, you're alive, right? Well, you're still here, right?
Yeah, on the phone, talking to you.
I guess that's probably good.
Mm-hmm. Do you know if the prince is around or are they away right now?
Like around, of course he's still in the city.
Yeah,
Where would he
but
go?
sometimes he's not approachable,
He's as approachable as he ever is. Do you need to set up a meeting? Do you need to report to him?
I guess there's just a lot of weird stuff that happened up island. I wanted to make sure everything was okay down here.
I'll contact you tomorrow night, bright and early.
Okay.
I'll expect all of you to come in.
Sure. I can let the others know.
Good.
Have a good night.
You too. And with that, what do you do with the rest of your night?
Probably she'll head back to her apartment.
Okay. You say goodnight to Leo and his butler and head your way across town, hopping in your tiny sedan and drive back home. As you do, you make it in the door and find that you have a couple of emails waiting for you from that editor that you were looking at hiring.
All right, I'll take a look at the emails before
It's
my
some of
eyes
the-
get too itchy.
Some of it's the work that you were looking at, and it looks pretty solid. But there's also an email that says that I hope this isn't overstepping bounds, but I went through one of your last podcast episodes, the one where you were out in the graveyard. I ran it through some filters. I thought you might like this. And
Did he give a link or something downloadable?
There's a link to an audio file.
Okay. I'll click on it.
I can see you where you are. I know what you are. I know who you are. Is in the file between rounds of static and the sound of distant church bells tolling. You know where this was in the audio recording. Those bells rang when you were just walking in to the mausoleum.
I'll play it over again and just try to hear anything else so I can.
I know who you are. I know who you are. I know what you are.
And male, female, or too obscured by static?
Too obscured, but breathy. Breathy and high-pitched.
Interesting. Hey, James, does Leo email or do anything with a computer, or is that far beyond him?
It's not beyond him. He just doesn't use them. Yeah, no. He prefers other means.
Does he have a phone?
Only because the one was given to him. Yes, I've got the phone that because we're not supposed to use phones, remember? But he does have one. Yes.
Okay, good to know. Cool. All right. And does the editor say anything else?
If you're interested in it, I wouldn't mind meeting up sometime.
Uh-oh.
To
Shut down.
discuss things.
I'll write back. I can possibly do a Zoom meeting at some point, but I've been really busy lately.
Okay.
And I'll say thanks for what you found. It's incredible.
You'll actually receive a response right as you're headed into bed.
Ugh. I'll read it.
Sure, whatever works for you. I'm glad you like it.
Neat.
And with that, you'll fall asleep. As the day arises, you find yourself seized by that crushing weight of the sun. It's harder, and you fall a little bit more into death than you seem to remember in the past. Normally, there's a bit of a curve, but now it's like you drank too much, and suddenly everything just shuts off. Mason, you do not have this problem, but Leo, you're out. You are cleaning and working, or not cleaning, you're not cleaning at all. You are unpacking what things you brought with you, and then suddenly you find yourself, well, you don't, I guess is the problem. Suddenly, you still think you have about 15 minutes to go, and the next thing you will find is that you have been laid in bed like a petulant child by your butler for the next night.
I love your butler.
Mason, you don't have to sleep during the daylight, though. So what are you doing with your day?
First thing I'm going to do is go on my phone and complete a COVID self-assessment test and lie about it and say I have a few symptoms enough until I say that I have to go get tested. And then I'm going to phone into work sick, saying, hey, I completed the self-assessment test and I need to book an appointment. So I can't come into work. And then do so that I can prove that I did later, which will probably take a couple of days anyway, and then like call a cab or something and just go home and wait it out. And I won't shut my phone off, but he's going to take a couple of days, if he can, to just on his own think about things and just try and deal with them that way.
I mean, you would really like to do that.
He would.
You would. The next night comes. I'd like everybody to make me a rouse check, please.
10.
All right. You're muted.
Yes, 1. Sorry. I realized the mute right after I said my words.
All right. So your hunger is going to go up.
1 success.
You're back to 1?
Yeah, back
right.
to 1.
All right. You all wake up a little peckish the next night. And sure enough, you wake up a little past 7. And by 8 o'clock, you have a call from an unknown number. Nora. As you answer, it's a quick, curt call. It's Talia. The university. 10 o'clock. The auditorium. The Farquhar. Understood?
Yes, of course.
Got it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Leo, you will get that same notice then.
My apologies, I didn't trust me.
Yeah. And Mason, you will as well if you answer your phone.
I'll also look at things because he's very much gotten the idea that fuck these people, but don't piss them off. Because he's seen what happens to people who break their rules and is a little scared about that because he knows that they will follow up on that. So Talia is asking for something.
You're gonna go. Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit. So.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Internet in the middle of nowhere. Yes, he'll go.
Okay, sounds good. It doesn't take that long for you to get up to the University of Victoria, and it's a pretty quick trip from most places in the city. You find yourselves easily able to park beneath the university center where the Farquhar Auditorium is. There's a lot of events there, and hell, if you graduated from high school in Victoria, odds are you had your graduation ceremony inside of that room. Most high schools do.
Yep.
As you approach the automatic doors, it's 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night, September 2nd. A campus security guard is standing outside. The name Dayton printed on the chest. He looks over your direction. He's a tall, thick-waisted man with dark skin, probably Indian, East Indian of some kind. Kind of looks your direction. You here for the private event?
Mm-hmm.
Name?
Nora.
And are these two with you?
Yeah.
He gestures.
Yep.
Indeed.
Mason.
And Leo.
He reaches behind him and
Where's
sneezes.
Wesley? We were all coming.
I actually haven't heard from her. Maybe she's already here?
Can you blame her?
All right. He turns around and puts a key into the lock of the automatic door. It opens with a head on in.
I'll just stroll right on in.
Sounds good.
I'll follow
walk-
behind.
Mm-hmm.
And the same.
You follow each other in to the main hall of University Center. It's a large, expansive lobby area with a ticket counter on one side, and then, of course, the food services were all behind a pull-apart cage wall. The entire thing was redesigned a few years ago, and now it looks almost like the food stands in an airport terminal or a ferry terminal. The design's rather uninspired. You remember, Leo, back in the day there used to be an art gallery where those restaurants were. A small one, the Maltwood. It was...
classier than the coffee shop that's there now.
Mm-hmm. But to your right, you will see a tired student from the theater department standing in front of the doors to the auditorium on your right, wearing the red vest of an usher. Her long blonde hair cascades down to her waist, and despite the bagginess of that red vest that gets traded around to any member of the department, she is rather shapely beneath it, wearing a pair of leggings that are just tasteful enough to pass as pants, and a similarly black top that clings to the parts of her curves that maybe catch Mason's notice a bit more than anything. Then again, blonde women who look like that kind of are your type a little bit, Leo. For feeding purposes, at least.
But she doesn't look quite tired enough for his
It's true.
approach.
She does look tired, and you can see her bright blue eyes above the black UVic mask that she's wearing. Gentlemen,
I'll probably offer Nora my arm if she's interested,
Sure.
and we'll come strolling up.
Please head in.
I thank you, and have a good evening.
You too. The back hallway that takes you in to the auditorium there is similar to like it is in any concert hall. It branches off in two separate ways, both of which will take you down a set of tiered stairwells that each release onto different levels of the auditorium floor for seating. All of the doors now, though, are shut, aside from a set directly at the front. A red velvet rope with the words "staff only" hanging from it on a sign is pushed to the side, allowing access.
Leo will start wandering that direction.
Okay. Do you all follow?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You begin.
Why not?
You begin heading on to onto stage, and as you do, the stage floor echoes every footfall, 3 times the volume that it should be. It's dark. The curtains are drawn on the stage, and you can see a little bit of light reaching beneath the curtains from the main stage. Do you push through the curtain?
Oh, Leo does. I'm too curious. I can't not.
I guess I'm also attached. I'm like, yeet.
Yeah, Leo's probably like, ooh.
You push through the curtain, and light floods you from a single overhead spotlight that shines down on center stage. A table has been set up, regal and ornate, with a number of chairs situated around it, all plush with velvet lining, ceremonial chairs, the type that the Chancellor would sit on during ceremonies. And the highest back chair, reserved for the Chancellor, the University President during graduation rituals, is set aside. And in each seat is seated one of the Primogen Council. Ah! You made it! You hear a voice as Prince Ethan Cook leans around the side of that massive, empty chair. You see the rest of the Primogen Council there. V. Sandino, almost 6 feet tall, with a strong jawline and short-cut brown hair beneath a toque, regardless of the season, clad in leather and sneering a little bit against her own nerve. Brittany Ballard, the Malkavian Primogen, grace and beauty, and inside of a perky, bubbly package. Her makeup flawless, her hair flawless. A pair of pink kitten heels beneath the black, clingy dress that she's wearing. Arlen Morelli, the Nosferatu Primogen, dressed like any random hipster in the middle of winter, even in September. A toque, a face mask, a hood, bundled up in layer after layer of clothing to hide the hideousness that is his face, or is their face, pardon me. Everett George, dressed in simple clothing that doesn't normally befit the Toreador Primogen, but there's a certain atmosphere and integrity to the way that the native man sits, surrounded by the ornate wood carvings, likely done by or in the honor of his people, because Uvik does do a lot of things in the Coast Salish tradition. The Tremere Primogen, Ulysses Grimaldi, barely 16, 17 at the time of embrace, maybe even younger. A pipsqueak with a bowl cut, wearing a little boy's suit, staring with the eyes of a much older man. And, of course, Lucille Harrington, who looks like everyone's grandmother, dressed in a little bit of chiffon finery, with the cloying scent of Chanel No. 5. Maybe even an older blend than that, wafting up your nostrils the second that you push through the curtains. And there, of course, is one final person there. The Seneschal, Akila Bashir. Dressed in a pantsuit. She stares at you, her perfectly manicured brows arching and appraising you, with her cold eyes beneath them. The prince, a tall fey man, smiles, fangily at you. Well, you should probably tell us about your trip, he says, sashaying around the chair and flopping down into it with a disrespectful drop that would probably make some of the UVic admin gasp. He hangs his leg over the side dismissively and swings it as he waits for you to speak.
Of course, we are happy to serve. I'm afraid our trip was rather an eventful one. We made our way north, to Tofino, only to find the. And my apologies, James forgets the name of the individual, but Leo would not. The vampire we were sent to go check in on.
Emmanuel Sears.
Emmanuel Sear.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Sears.
But unfortunately discovered the holding of Emmanuel. So it's Sears.
Sear.
Sear. Pardon me. So the holding of Emmanuel Sear burned and attacked, and he himself murdered by the Second Inquisition, as scribed upon the wall in blood.
Okay. Sure, the prince says with a smile. You're focused more on him than everyone else, but everyone else's reaction is fairly different. The Toreador Primogen leans back, a dark shadow falling over his face. The Malkavian Primogen looks side to side. That's bad, right? That's really bad? We should probably be worried. Lucille Harrington reaches forward with her withered, wrinkled hand and pats her. Don't worry, we'll survive this too. Well, that's just fucking great, the Brujah Primogen says, grinding her heel into the ground. And there's a bit of a reaction from the table. And there's more to the story than that. Go on.
The attack appears some years old, old enough to fade into something of a legend. There were a group of paranormal investigators poking around, although I believe they may have had other supernatural influences upon them as well.
Mm-hmm.
The whole place was rife with, I'm afraid Nora's expertise would be, sorry, not Nora,
Anna.
Anna's expertise in spiritual matters might be more appropriate for her to speak upon.
Where is Anna?
Where is Anna indeed? The Tremere Primogen says. You were supposed to bring her back with you. Where is she?
She came back to Victoria.
Did she? She's not home.
We delivered her back.
Do you remember delivering her?
You know, you said our memory was kind of weird and that she wasn't in the front seat anymore, but you didn't say where she was.
I never did.
You know, I'm just acting like, yeah, no, we totally brought her back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid we are not the keepers
I don't
of
know,
our
I got out
companions.
of...
Because why wouldn't we have? Obviously, we brought her back.
When did she leave?
I'm not sure myself.
Huh.
And normally Anna would
I
be
was the
good
first-
about saying
I was
goodbye
the
before
first
she
one
left.
out of there.
Oh yeah, because people usually say goodbye when they leave places, right, Mason?
Well, she's in the front seat with me, but when we got to the place, she was out back with you guys.
And she would have come in to have a word or at least a final drink with us. I'm afraid this is something of a mystery. I am honestly not sure.
Yeah, now thinking about it, it seems really hazy.
Can't blame her for getting away from you guys.
Eh.
Great. We have a missing vampire. Wonderful. That's what I love to hear.
Too.
Dear kindred, please, Lucille Harrington says, leaning across the table to the Tremere Primogen. I call it like I fucking see it, he says, which looks hilarious coming out of that tiny mouth. Yes, dear. Is there anything else you have to report about this excursion that you went on? The prince asks.
Yeah, we murdered a bunch of people and angered a bunch of, like, Italian ghosts.
There was some conflict with the camera crew that was running around. As I said, I believe there was some sort of supernatural influence there, the spirits of the house or some such.
Italian ghosts, like they jumped out and went, "Oh, it's me, Mario."
I don't know. I
That's
went
actually
up
a
to check
fairly
fucking
on,
send you to
the rest of
Luigi's
them, and
mansion.
somebody said it
Chris,
wasn't Luigi.
didn't
It was
they
like
give
fucking
you a name?
Giovanni or something like that. Like, I don't know what the fuck that they were angry about, but they said that the rest of them were doing some shit downstairs, and I just don't want to fucking be involved with this kind of stuff anymore. Sorry. Like, I'll do whatever you tell me to do, but
This is just wonderful. Horticulture Society. The court would like to recognize our guest. The prince waves his hand out into the audience, and in the front row you can see they're just vaguely outlined by the edge of the spotlight. A rather broadly, like thickly built woman with dark blonde, more like dark kind of brunette hair with a little bit of streaking in it. Her face is full, and her lipstick and makeup is very dark. She's dressed comfortably. And she'll stand up and brush herself off and head around the side of the stage that has stairs on it. Stepping up, and you were saying, she says, that there was some Italian ghosts that were giving you problems.
Yes.
I don't know. Some guy. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Angry Italian ghost. I don't quite remember exactly what he was fucking saying, but
Some of them were quite violent.
I see. Interesting. And you said that they were Giovanni.
I think that's what he said.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, like not Luigi or anything, but like, I don't know, got a kind of mafia vibe off of him.
Please.
Is that important?
I suppose I should introduce our new guest, the prince says. She'll be joining the city and spending some time with us. What was your name, honey? It was, oh, that's right. She smiles and adjusts her collar a little bit. Bella. Isabella, Giovanni, the pleasure is mine. I'm all ears to see what you found in that horrible man's mansion. Please tell me everything about us mafia types, she says, smiling, with her fangs broadly bared. And I think that's probably a good time for us to take a quick break. So, guys, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we'll see how big of a hole Mason can dig right after this.
Balls.
Alright, guys, so why don't we go ahead and head back into Vampire the Masquerade. Maybe, hold on. Vampire the Masquerade. I'm going to eventually get down to that Keith David depth, and it's going to be good. Vampire the Masquerade.
Filmed on location.
Filmed on location in Queens, New York. Welcome to the Prince of Queens. Kevin James is the prince.
Beautiful.
Oh, God. It's Paul Blart, vampire cop.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, you guys ready to go?
I'm good to go.
Okay. Maybe put the cat away from the microphone, though.
Sorry. He's very, very cuddly right now. He was sick recently, and then he's just been mushy ever since. I can't keep him off me.
Oh, Mickey.
All right.
He's better now, though. He's better.
Mickey Giovanni.
Giovanni. All right. Okay, guys, so we're going to hop back into play right now. We're not going to go terribly long tonight because I don't want to get too far ahead before Anna is back with us. So let us go ahead and start now. Welcome back to Victoria by Night. As you stand on stage in front of this newcomer, Bella Giovanni, she smiles at you over her thick, red, almost plum lips. So, do tell me all about us mafia types.
Should be good to hear.
What did you find there inside of the Seer mansion?
Mason?
Any interesting architecture? I hear that Mr. Seer was a fan of Roman designs.
I'll look between her and Anna and, Vale and Ritter, and then look at the prince. And just kind of...
Excuse me, handsome slummy boy. Look at me.
I didn't stick around too much, but I ran into some ghosts of somebody named... who said his name was Salazar Giovanni, and he was really pissed off. And I don't know why, I don't know what was going on, but I assume it's because we murdered a bunch of people. Because they saw shit they weren't supposed to.
It's unfortunate. Well, still, it's good to hear that there are things happening on the island that will keep me busy. I thank you very much, my prince, for allowing me to make a brief home in your lovely city. Say no more. It's fine, the prince says. Is that everything that you have to pass about? Nothing else?
We did find the deceased form of another vampire in the basement. I'm afraid we couldn't really identify him.
Can I get every one of you to do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll me all a composure and subterfuge roll?
And subterfuge.
One success.
3 successes.
Okay.
Then again, Mason doesn't know shit that happened when he was not in the room.
Oh, so don't forget you could use willpower too.
Yeah,
was it 6 up that was a success, or was it 7 up?
6 up.
6 up? Okay.
Yep.
Then I've got 3.
3?
Yep.
3, 4, 3.
Remarkably good with only 2 dice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. As you're standing there, the Primogen Council turns and watches you with keen eyes. You feel the weight of their collective age pressing down on you like a fist from the sky. The only one that doesn't seem to give 2 shits about this is V. Sandini, the Brujah Primogen, who puffs out her cheeks, blows the errant lock of hair dangling in front of her long nose, and, well, this has been a slice, but unless we have something else interesting to discuss, I have other places to be.
Yeah, what she said.
He said,
No, this is a good place to leave this, I think, the prince says. Good work. I have one more mission that I want you to do. Can you find Talia?
of course.
Talia?
Give
Okay.
and give her the council's give her the council's condolences.
Very well.
Is there anything that we should keep in mind about the Inquisition? The message?
We'll handle that. Just relay what you told us to her. Yes, Chris.
Oh, I'm gonna like look toward Leo and just be like, condolences for what? Just try and whisper it, hoping that he's the only one who hears.
Yeah, I think Leo won't even look your direction. Yeah, no, Leo's just like, okay, let's do it. She'll know what's going on.
Swell. Well, I'm gonna walk the kidlets out. You don't mind? Good. V stands up, pushing back her chair, and wanders your direction, walking through the 3 of you at whatever gap is available. Come on, kids. We're leaving.
A good evening to you all.
Bye.
And Leo will turn and bye.
Brittany
Leo will
gives you
turn
a
and
very
follow.
pleasant wave. The rest of them just watch you as you go.
I like Brittany. She's a good character.
Thank you. I like her too.
Fuck, I hate
I can imagine
Brittany's
just Leo says that out loud. Just, I like Brittany.
Oh yeah, he totally does. He totally does.
It's Brittany, bitch. All right. And with that, you will head out into out of one of the non-fire alarmed emergency exits. As soon as you get outside, V digs into a little side, well, not a purse really, but more like just like a side bag that she has, and fishes out a bent joint. Fuck. Do any of you have a lighter?
look at
Leo probably
Mason.
does.
Yes.
Doesn't do anything, but I fucking miss the taste. Here.
Mason hands her one.
Did
She
something
lights up.
happen to Talia?
And Mason will
And
light up
I'm
the
gonna
smoke.
look at the Primogen. We just heard from her this morning. Is she okay?
Yeah, but you just said that Seer's dead.
kind of figured she might have some sort of connection there. Yeah. Well, tragic for her, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's either her sire or a friend or something like that. I don't know. That was before I was in the city.
Oh, I see.
Fucking camis, man. Like, seriously. This is why I fucking hate the Camarilla, and they can suck my fat ass if they think that I care if they hear me.
Is there a better option?
She's gonna blow the smoke out of her nose after a long pause. Too long. The length of a pause that someone who doesn't have to breathe can only give. I mean, there's no better options, but there are other options, always. Mason, you can still get something out of this, right? Here. And she'll hand the joint over to you.
No, I'm sober.
Yeah, okay.
I only drink.
Wine?
Mine's good.
Oh, come on. You gotta get the Dracula joke, man. I don't drink.
What?
Wine.
But I do drink wine.
Whatever. Alright.
Sorry, I never saw that movie.
Look, I haven't spent nearly enough time with you guys, and I think it's probably time I started. So, let's walk this way.
All right.
And she's gonna wrap an arm around Mason and just like start dragging. Mason, this woman is about as tall as you are.
Big lady.
She's quite tall. And as she walks off with you, can hear her. She's got shit kickers on, like the real steel-toed boots that goths in the '90s used to wear. You know, like I'm not talking like Doc Martens. I'm talking like the specialty ones with the 4-inch heels. Actually, she's taller than you in those heels, actually. And as she kind of pulls you against her chest, kind of like under the crook of her arm, you are going to feel. It's almost like a vice grip. She is strong.
Okay.
So, man, she starts patting you on the shoulder. I worry about you, kid. You're, you know, you got a lot of promise and you're in a shitty situation. And here's the deal. I want you to know I am not gonna fuck with any of you. Unless you fuck with me first, okay? I don't like games. I don't like playing their fucking games either. Okay? And they don't like me either because I'm a bit of a radical, because I believe in a little thing called, you know, what's the word? Freedom and personal value and, you know, democracy.
Which is exactly what somebody would say who
That's fair.
Trying to fucking play us right now. So, like, if that is actually what you stand for, great. I think you might be the first one of these fucking monsters I'll actually get along with. And I'll look back at Ritter and Vale and be like,
Mason.
yeah, not sorry.
Right to the bone. I think we get along just fine.
Forgive me for being a little bit hesitant.
I mean, yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I'd ask you guys if you wanted to go out to a bar if they weren't all closed already. But, I mean, fuck it, you know? It's just, I don't know, I'm bored as shit.
Well, let's go find something entertaining to do then. We're four capable young kindred on the town. Let's go find something entertaining. Well, we got to go find this Talia, of course. But that probably shouldn't take too long.
The idea of something that entertains you, I'm kind of finding a bit frightening personally lately.
Mason,
and so I would.
You are in a game of
you
eternity. You have to learn to relax, my friend. Just relax.
Okay,
Yeah,
wise guy. Then, okay, then what is good for you?
I'm going to head back home and probably stay up all day and I'll look at them all and be like, I can do that. And work on my place. I've got a lot of construction, some work to do, and I want to get some shit accomplished. And if the prince doesn't need me to do anything, I kind of don't want to be around you two.
Why ever not? What did we do that was so antithetical to you?
Murder? And dragging me into that? You don't think that's a problem?
That was unfortunately business that had to be, like, it certainly wasn't ideal. I understand that, but you know what? We're still trying to figure this whole thing out ourselves.
I'm not as smart as you guys, especially like you, Ritter. Like I don't got the same kind of brains, and I know you can fucking talk me in circles around this kind of shit, but other people are able to find better ways, and I expect better than you, like from that. Like you guys are smart. You guys like know what's going on, and you guys could have found a better fucking way. And I'm sorry. I don't want to be around
Mason's been very temperamental lately. I'm just not sure what we're going to do with him.
He kind of has a point.
Say that again.
That you have a point?
Yeah, which part are you referring to?
Towards Ritter.
Okay.
Saying
like Ritter's like, yeah, which part? What?
No, he's looking right at Ritter. Like, say that again.
Which part?
What were you just literally saying?
I'm not sure. I was saying a few things and we were kind of talking over each other.
I've been a bit temperamental lately?
Yes.
You don't think murder's a big deal? Something to be angry about?
Fuck right off, Mason. It was before we even fucking did the road trip, you little twat.
I'm out of here.
Yikes. I should let go of your arm at that point.
Oh yeah. I try and leave.
Yeah. Well, stay safe out there, okay?
We'll just go do our assigned job. You know, the one that you were given. I mean, there's no chance of any blowback on you for that, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I better call Talia.
Yeah.
And then the three of us want to go have a roundabout? We can go figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, maybe. Sorry?
Sorry?
What were you going to say?
I was going to say that I was going to go let you do your job and that we maybe could meet up later, but
like, that seems pretty reasonable. This was a bit of an awkward situation for any sort of outsider to be kind of stuck in on. It makes sense.
Doesn't make sense to bite me.
Yeah. Are you okay, Nora?
Yes, I'm fine.
Anyway,
Look, it looks like you guys need a night. Let's pencil this in for another time.
Sure.
Good luck. She's probably gonna be pretty broken up if I've heard anything right. Hope you all feel better.
Thank you.
She'll head off.
Wow. Everybody's so sensitive tonight. All right. Well, time to call Talia. You okay? Still sticking around? I mean, if you really want to, I can go take care of this myself.
Yeah, I'll stick around.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about the Inquisition thing, and no one's fucking, like, I don't know. It's sticking out to me, and it's scary.
Nora, that place was burned like 5 years previously. Like, if they're around, and there's nothing you can really do about it right now. So, Why stress over it?
It just sits bad with me.
We'll figure something out. Besides, you're a terribly strong and capable individual. You will have no difficulties, I'm sure, with them. It's more like Mason that I'm concerned about. I mean, I'm not exactly a fighty type either. And, I'll certainly do my best, but if something happens, it's not like I really have a choice in the matter. I mean, I'll certainly try not to have it happen. But anyway, I'll dial Talia at this point.
The phone rings a couple of times before you hear her voice on the other end. Hello?
Talia, it's Ritter here. We need to have a sit down and have a little talk.
I'm at my office if you want to come by.
Sure. All right, we will be there promptly.
I'll meet you in the parking lot.
Good.
Okay. See you in 15? I'm guessing that you're meeting with the prince?
Just finished.
Good. All right. I'll see you shortly.
And I will snap the phone shut. And then go look for a taxi, I guess.
Okay. A cab will come by soon enough. Or, Nora, did you bring your car there?
Yeah, I'd have my car.
Okay, we'll just ride with Nora then. Yeah.
Okay. So, before long... Oh. Posture. Before long, you'll make it outside of Talia's workplace. It's one of the high buildings downtown. And one of the few that actually has kind of a parking lot outside of it. A pay park, but still. It's one of the old structures down along Fort Street that's been... Well, pardon me, it'd actually be on Broughton. That's been gutted and repurposed. The false front of the old building kept alive like a mask on top of the new construction. And before long, you will be able to pull in, and you'll see that downtown is barren this time of night, even though it's only about, 10:30, 11 o'clock? On a Tuesday night. There's no one down. The bars closed an hour ago at least, and now it's just you, and leaning up against the hood of her car is Talia. It's dark in the alley with just one overhead safety light. And in a black outfit and her dark skin, she blends into the background. You can only see her eyes shining as your headlights flash up at her.
We'll close the door of the cab and wave it off.
We took Nora's car.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Sorry. Mental slip.
Great. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Yeah. Would you like to have, kind of gesture towards the car, have a seat?
What do you drive, like a Toyota? Did you write it down on your sheet while you drive? Winter?
For me, I just remember it was just a really crappy car, like secondhand. So let's just stick with a sedan.
So I think it was a pretty crappy one, though, right?
Yeah, it's nothing special, like 1990s
Volvo.
maybe.
Volvo.
Okay, so in that, no, we can just talk out here. Just use smart language.
Well, it's more the. I'm afraid I've been sent as something of the broker of bad news. Up Island, Seer. I've been told that he was important to you. I'm afraid on our little excursion up there to go and meet him, he was quite thoroughly deceased. The work of, at least according to the blood spatter and writing upon the wall, the Second Inquisition.
Do you believe that's what happened?
I believe so. There could well have been some Giovanni involvement as well.
Yeah.
There was ghosts and spirits and a second dead vampire in the basement.
That makes sense. Can I get both of you to do me a favor?
Sure.
If you want to make me a, let's say, a wits and empathy roll.
Wits and empathy?
Yeah.
Do I have empathy?
Dun 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 dun.
I'm just looking for it on my sheet here.
Yeah, where is empathy?
Oh, actually, it might not have made it over to the new game. So that would be... Oh, no, they took empathy right out. Insight.
Insight.
Ah, insight I've got. Okay, cool. That's more like it. There we go.
Oh, well,
Oh no! Wait. Okay, so I forget how this works, but I rolled 4 dice.
Mm-hmm.
I got 1 success, which was a 9,
Yes.
a 2, and 2 1s.
What are the ones? Are they
they hunger dice?
dice?
No.
Okay, then you're fine. You're fine. They don't subtract anymore. They just not unless you're hunger dice botch. So okay, cool. So you'll just fail.
Okay.
All right.
And I've got
James.
I've got 4.
4. Okay. Damn, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yep. I got 6 dice on that roll, so it's
Oh,
a
that's pretty good. Cool.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
I have lots of insight. That's because it's like sensory stuff, right? So yeah.
Surprise, Nora doesn't. Who would think that she would have
Nora, she
insight?
seems like she isn't really very fazed by it. You're not really sure. She's a very a strong, confident woman that doesn't really let anything show. But Leo, as you take a look at her, you'll see that even in the darkness here, your sharpened vampiric eyes are going to notice little details, a tightness in the face, a slight motion to the flesh of her lip. A soft inhale of breath that whistles between her teeth and the tiny gap between her front 2 incisors.
Leo will probably kind of turn his head to the side and kind of like lean a little bit in, studying. I'm sorry this is such heavy news.
Seer was very important to me. He was the one who brought me over into the Camarilla and proved my loyalty to the previous prince. He was a I don't want to say a good friend, but he was a he was my
Yes.
regnant.
Regnant. What is regnant again?
She was bloodbound to him.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, of course, of course.
It had been several years since I had seen him in that way. But I suppose that's why I am ironically your shadow. Thank you for not fucking this one up.
Well, we in no way want to diminish your honor in the city.
Oh, I don't have any honor. There's not much left for people like me.
There's a chance to patch together more?
Maybe in a few 100 years.
Yeah, we have the time. I'm sorry, I'm an eternal optimist. I can't help myself.
How old are you, Leo?
I'm assuming you just mean just the after, right?
Sure.
Yeah. And I think it's like 4. I can't remember how many years we said we could, or how long.
I think it's like 4 years, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's about 4 years, yeah.
And the rest of you's how old?
Oh, the rest of me, about 40-ish.
My family were prospectors, settlers. Long time ago, back during homesteading.
So you've been at this for a long time.
Yeah.
Or was that just
long enough?
Sorry.
It was back when they used to let colored folks actually have homesteads. Before everybody moved out here and we suddenly lost the privilege. You know that? You're looking around at Victoria. Didn't used to be like this. 100 years ago, this town, 1 in 10, 1 in 5, people who look like me. Or people who would fit in over in Chinatown. 1 in 4, 1 in 5 of them. The Chinese Exclusion Act comes in. They start kicking all of the indigenous folk onto reservations. They start getting rid of anybody with the slightest bit of tan. Sure becomes a lily white fucking city, doesn't it? Oh well. You never met James Douglas, but he was a prick.
I believe
I've heard
that.
the stories.
Thanks for letting me know.
You're most welcome. If there's anything you need, of course, we are literally at your disposal.
It's good to know.
Even if all you want is company. These are quiet nights.
I appreciate it. Thank you for being as gentle as you can. I'll consider it. I've got to get back to work, though.
Very well. Good night, Talia.
Good night, Leo and Nora.
Night.
Try not to get into too much trouble, all right?
When do we ever get into trouble?
You look mighty pale for someone who's that flippant. I'm just saying. I don't know what you got up to up island, but both of you look like hell.
It was trying. Boy, Mason is taking it harder than anyone else. It might be an idea to go give him a visit at some point if you could. I don't think he's too interested in talking to either Nora or I, but a visit from you might be good, healthy for him.
Is Anna doing okay?
It's a bit of a mystery there, actually. She
What do you mean?
kind of disappeared from our ranks when we were coming home, but none of us can really remember what happened. It's just like she's just gone.
Kind of feels foggy.
Yeah. I would say it's some sort of mystic thing, but
Nora.
Yeah?
Do you mind if I do something?
Sure.
Thanks, dear. Can you do me a favor?
Okay.
Look at my finger. What do you remember? At one moment. Yeah, actually, you will. So Nora's mouth is going to open and you're going to hear her rattle off a number of things. She just starts saying, silver car, man with blonde hair, An old suit, double-breasted. Made Mason stop the van. Came in. Took Anna. We tried to stop him, but he told us all to sit down and forget about her. Told her to sleep, told us to go home and not care about what happened until we got home. And that's all I remember. And you're going to remember those images. The guy had like very it was a very old style of dress. His hair was blonde and parted down the center, kind of like he had that kind of look to him, and this is an animated feature, so it's probably not going to work really well. But did you ever see Titan AE?
Yes.
Yeah, he basically has that type of look. Matt Damon's character from that, like handsome face, a little too angular, but like that weird long mid part that you had from like
it's like all the male characters from Don Bluth.
Yeah, basically.
All have
like,
that haircut.
He looked like a Don Bluth character. Slightly too long. The type that probably used to be slicked back, like in maybe like the 20s, 30s, 40s, somewhere in there, before everything got really short again.
Yeah.
Or maybe the 90s when everything was like really like, again, you know, like the Jonathan Taylor Thomas era. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the dude looked like a 29-year-old Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Actually, let me double check what Jonathan Taylor Thomas looks like now, because that might not be.
Yikes.
Hold on, this is gonna be terrifying. A little sidetrack here. Oh no, he just looks like a dad now.
Uh-oh.
All right, well.
Nothing wrong with that.
He's out of the running. Okay, so basically he looks like Titan AE Matt Damon. All right, yeah, he kind of looks like River Phoenix. Yeah, definitely. We'll say River Phoenix. So that's what you were going to remember, and Nora's just going to like. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh.
Whoa. Wait, what? What did I just say?
Hey, do me.
Phrasing.
I think that was probably enough.
What? Can I remember the stuff now too?
All right, hold still. Oh, sorry, I forgot to roll her hunger dice. 1 sec. Boop. Oh shit. Well, is that a bestial success? No, it's just wait, hold on. It's just a success. I did not get a bestial critical on this. That's good.
All right, good.
All right. She locks eyes with you. Remember and tell me. As you remember the van stopping abruptly and a man walking in. He was confident. He peeled open the door that was held shut by zip ties in the back. You remember saying, "Mason, why are we stopping? Mason? Ugh, still not talking to me. There had better be something interesting out." The door ripped open. "Well, that's interesting," you said. I know your fucking character, dude.
Oh yeah, totally.
Nora tried to get up.
Beautiful.
out of a fear of maybe it was the Second Inquisition or something like that. Sit down and shut up. And she did so, crossing her arms like a good girl. Don't try anything stupid, he said on you. Yes.
Question. In that kind of situation, I would have probably almost instinctively premonitioned him, did I?
Yep. That's why I was going to allow that. So go ahead. So that will be a rouse check.
Wait.
So
yeah, totally.
That you
a post rouse check.
Yeah. Your hunger will catch up to you as you remember why you're hungry.
I am still good. I got 7.
So of course you are, because time paradox.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then
so I need you to make me resolve plus auspex.
That's a 4.
4 successes?
Yep.
Damn, son.
Okay, a sudden vision of the souls walk into a trap that can be used by focusing on a subject making a rouse check, and the number of successes determines the insight on the subject, if any. You take a look at him, and you see manicured nails with a little bit of blood stuck under them. You see that part held together by an old pomade that he has several jars of, and has for decades now. The cuffs of that suit are well maintained but slightly scruffy, and the scent that rolls off him is from a cloud that you recognize. It smells like cigars, like the cigars inside of the pocket of one of those bikers that approached you. He's been in a place where those bikers had been. But it's as you look at him for just a moment, there is a thing that you see that you can't make sense of. As you glance up at him with premonition, you see a burning red mark in the center of his forehead. An arcane glyph that you can make neither hide nor hair of, burning in the center of his forehead. A mark that you have no idea what it means.
Oh no.
I have no idea what's going on, but this is going to be so much fun figuring out.
And meanwhile, across town, Mason, you are going to arrive back at your home, and you live in an apartment, right?
No, it's a house kind of off in
Oh, that's
nowhere.
right. It's all the way out in Machosen.
Kind of between Machosen and Langford.
Okay. You take a cab back out there, I guess?
Got quite a big property there. Yeah, gonna take a cab because
Okay.
somebody slashed my tires.
That's fair. As you make your way back out to Machosen, you will be dropped off at your property. And as you are, you'll notice that as the cab pulls away, a car is parked across the street from your property. It's a black sedan. No, it's a black... No, it's an SUV. The lights are off, but you can see the outline of someone in the driver's seat. The lights will flash, and the car's engine will turn over. It'll start driving toward you slowly, not menacingly. Well, not deliberately. And as it drives by you along the road, as you are nearing your home, the window of the back seat will roll down, and you will see Bella Giovanni. Mason. Mr. Roy? I wanted to apologize for the display that went on back there. I'm here on behalf of a mutual friend, Mr. Salazar. Said that you were looking for revenge. Perhaps Clan Giovanni can help you with that. You said that you wanted to bring pain to them, did you not? Reminder of last episode where you made a deal with Salazar.
I don't want to be a monster. I didn't necessarily make a deal.
Well, that's true.
I just said I don't want to be a monster.
Oh.
I said I don't want to be a monster, I think.
You did, yeah. Not like them.
Not like them.
Do you know what I see? Between us? You're a man. A handsome man. Do you know what men do? What real human men do? Well, besides that.
A lot's gone on lately, and I need to think.
Please. But I would warn you. You should contact me when you have some time. Because there are many things that we can do to help each other. And I believe the most human thing that a man can do is kill monsters.
I need to think. I don't want to.
How long
There's been enough killing for.
What if I told you that killing could make you human again? Have you not seen the movies? There is an inkling of truth in it. If you find the vampire who did this to you, and you kill him before it is too late?
What's before it's too late?
Have you killed anyone while feeding? Chris, are you locked up or are you there? You said no?
Oh, I'm there. Sorry, he's thinking. He said no.
Usually, that is one of the thresholds. There are possibly others, depending on how far and powerful your sire was. But if you
So you're saying
him,
if I kill
the one who
before
did
I
this to
kill
you,
somebody else?
or before you become a real vampire.
And I just want to double check because my memory's a bit phasey. I didn't kill the other person from drinking from them.
I don't think you did. It's been 3 months. So good to see everybody.
I don't think so. It's been 3 months. Yep. I should have watched that.
Yeah, you should
before
check
game.
that. Well, then
Okay.
she's adding that extra caveat then, which is that so long as you're not a real vampire.
Okay.
Before you do anything to make yourself a real vampire, one of the kindred, and you stay as a, what do you call it, a daywalker. Is that what you say in English?
Yeah, like a less awesome blade. That's a good way to put it.
I don't know, you could be pretty awesome. You have a nice house?
You're laying on the flattery very thick.
Well, it's not every day that I get a summon from my long dead cousin telling me that there is a man who can walk around in the sunlight who is seeking to interfere with long sought after plans that brought many problems to my family, to my house. And let me just put it this way. I know what your friends did to my cousin Roman.
What did they do?
They found his body in the basement and they drank his soul.
Who's Roman?
Roman is my cousin, the one they found in the basement that they obscured the facts of. He was not dead. They killed him while you were upstairs. Salazar told me everything.
How's that different from anyone else they killed? We killed. Sorry, forgot that point.
Because they drank his soul.
He was your
and
family?
destroyed it. Yes. He was my first cousin. Salazar was my second cousin once removed. An older cousin, for sure, but still a cousin. Roman was quite a bit older than me, but my family is long-lived, we'll say. And yes, I know about that, and I know that they will do it again. The members of your coterie, if you can call them that, pathetic pieces of shit, all of them, really, they're going to become more monstrous, and they're going to do more monstrous things. And I have to admit, I'm laying it on a little thick, because revenge gets me wet. That is the English word for it, right?
Yep. Look, it's been interesting few days.
Of course.
But I think I'm going to take some time to myself. You'll excuse me.
Yes, of course. Yeah, Mason,
like you to get the fuck away for now. I don't want to be around anyone right now.
I will respect, and I will get the fuck away from you.
But I'll keep what you said in mind.
Have a wonderful night. Yes, of course. Buenas noches. Have a wonderful night. And she will roll up her window, and the SUV will drive off.
Enjoy your nachos too.
I guess it wouldn't be Buenos Noches. It would be what is it? What's the Italian for good night? It's not Buenos Noches. That's fucking Spanish, Kelly.
I have no idea.
It would be it wouldn't be bon dia. It would be bon noctis. It would be what's Italian for good night, chat? Help me out here while I ruin the mood. Anyway, she says good night in Italian. Like, what's that?
Buonanotte?
Buonanotte. So yeah, she says good night in Italian in her sultry Italian voice because spaghetti. Because this girl looks like Resident Evil chick in my mind now. If you haven't seen the stills from Resident Evil 7,
okay,
or 8, you feel me?
Is she that tall?
She's not that tall. She's
Is she that tall?
No, she's not. She's not mega MILF. She's just regular MILF. She's like Itadakimasu. Nice Spanish, Kelly.
Fettuccine.
Hey, Wonka. I'm American. Salad. I took Spanish in high school. Okay, I can speak. I can. What is it? El baño, el biblioteca. God damn it. What the fuck is that song from? Anyway, Community. I'm the Disco Spider. You know how it is. So Bayonetta. Yeah, she's not 9'6". She's like 7'2". Right.
Troy and
she's
Abed.
like she. Yeah, the Troy and Abed. I am the Disco Spider. Okay. And with that, they're going to drive off into the night. Leo and Nora. Nora, do you go and do you drive Leo back to his house? Okay, you're muted.
So I'll drive him back to his house and then, go back to my place.
Good night, Nora.
Good night, Leo.
Buonasera. All right, so you say that as you're pulling into the driveway. Mm-hmm. And as you pull into the driveway in front of his wrought iron gate, you will see that his butler is standing in front of the gate. His back to you.
Something up with Jeeves?
I will get out of the car.
I'll wait before leaving.
Philippe, are you okay?
Yeah, sir. He turns, and as he does, you'll see that there's blood on the collar of his suit, and he looks very, very pale in the light of the car.
He's been bitten.
Sir, I'm sorry. There was someone...
Philippe, don't worry about it. And I'm going to probably rush over to him, and if I can, I'll try to move him around so he's out of view of the road.
Okay. He's going to kind of slump a bit into your arms, very, very drained. Yeah. He's not a young man, but they had a message. And as you look down, you'll see that there is an envelope pinned to his jacket.
We'll deal with that in a second, Philippe. And I'll get him around the corner, and I will feed him some blood.
Okay, sounds good. The pallor will return to his cheeks, and I'm sorry, sir. I don't remember what they look like.
Actually, was that when Talia did it to us? Was that compel, or was that a higher level one?
That was a higher level one.
Ah, okay.
That is in the old system. It would be dominate. It would be forgetful mind or deprogramming.
Okay.
It would probably be 4 to pull it out of you permanently, but
yeah. Okay, I don't have the power to pull it off. I've only got one right now. Okay. Philippe, there was whoever they were, there was nothing you could have done. Okay, you stayed alive. That's what matters.
Yes, sir.
And I'll take the envelope off of his chest.
Okay. Do you open it?
Yes, I will.
Opening it, it's a single sheet of paper folded over thickly. You can, as soon as you are pulling it out, Nora, you're right there too.
I'll stay in the car and just kind of like watch for a second. They went around the corner, right?
They went around the corner. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
just so I can feed him without being seen.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of watching the area in case if something comes up behind them.
Okay. You see nothing immediately. As you fold it out, you can smell glue, paste. And as you fold it open, the letter crinkles. And there, on the page, are cut out magazine letters. They spell a simple thing that you read in the dark. Oh, like a ransom note from a movie. It says, I know what you did. You work for me now. Or else I tell everyone your secret.
I would immediately premonition this.
Sounds good.
Something like that. Boom. I have no control over that.
Sure, go ahead. Make me a rouse check.
Yep, totally. I go up a hunger.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I go two hunger because I fed him as well, right? That's an automatic hunger, or?
Actually, I don't know if that's an automatic hunger. I feel like it probably is.
Okay.
We'll say it is.
Yeah. So I'm up to 3 then. Wow.
All right, go ahead. Make me the roll.
The blood loss comes quick.
The blood loss comes quick.
All right. Resolve and Auspex. I'll spend a willpower on this one. I want to know what's going on.
Sure, if you want to. I don't know if that's going to be super easy.
I'll do it anyway. Like, if this has meaning to him. My poor Philippe. You okay? 5?
5? All right.
Oh, wait. Oh, one of those was hunger, too.
Was it part of a critical?
It was a 10. I don't know. I only had the 110, though.
Only had the 110, then nothing happens.
Okay.
In that. So you need 2 10s for it to be a critical.
All right. That's 5 successes, though.
As you are looking at this, you will see that... Ooh, actually, hold on. I actually have to roll something for that. One moment. Because this, I believe, is what we call a clash of wills in other system.
Yep, that'd be fair.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure if they've got some way of kind of like defending against it, then yes. So it's kind of like divination battle.
Sorry, one sec. Okay. Ooh, what is that noise? It keeps happening. 3, 4.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, damn. Okay. You are going to touch this premonition. You are going to see a pair of gloved hands slowly working on this. Well, actually, quickly working on this letter. Putting it together. And then you will suddenly see an eye, slitted like a cat's, looking at you. Now, feral with hunger. And as that happens, I need you to make me a frenzy roll at a because I have a bestial critical to obfuscate this from you. So I'm going to say this is a frenzy roll.
fair enough. That sounds like.
So this is going to be difficulty 3, please. Is Philippe your touchstone?
Philippe is a touchstone.
Cool. Difficulty 4, please.
Okie doke. So difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4. So you need 4
what's
successes.
my roll for this one?
Your roll for frenzy is going to be, I believe it's resolve and composure, right?
Composure. Okay.
Or it's willpower. Pardon me. It's your current willpower.
Okay.
So it's your what willpower you have not spent, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So I've got 4, I guess.
Yep.
I have to get how many successes?
4.
Oh shit! This is gonna go badly. I have 0.
All right.
Dang it! Unless I can spend willpower on that, I don't know.
I don't believe you can spend willpower on frenzy. Outside, Nora, as you are waiting for the sound of something, anything, to come, you never would have noticed, or never would have expected, that the violence that was about to occur was coming from in the walls, for you hear a pair of screams echo through the night. Leo, enraged, roaring into the night, and Philippe screaming in terror and pain. And we're going to end the game there.
Whew.
All right, so guys, that's going to be it for episode 7. I'm cranking things up to 11 if you couldn't tell. So boop 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 ba-doop boop boop. All right,
My friend.
That's your touchstone. Oh well, that's fine.
Right in the humanity.
You didn't need him. You didn't need him.
What's
at all.
humanity?
What's humanity? So, Philippe.
I have humanity, just not conventional humanity.
All right, guys. So that's going to be
Leo's
it
amazing.
tonight. I'm going to give you guys. How much XP should I give you? How much did I give you last episode? Give you 5. I'm only going to give you 3 XP tonight because Anna's not here. But I'll give you 1 extra XP next game when Anna's actually here. All right. So, guys, that's going to be it for us here on Victoria by Night. We will be actually back next Friday. We're doing a double week tap. And how you doing, Winter? Your scalp hurting?
Next Thursday?
Oh, no, it's just
Or next Thursday?
Wig
Next
caps
Thursday?
and stuff.
So, if you like this, we do a lot of other World of Darkness stuff we'd like to see you at. Don't forget that we also have next Saturday night, we have Werewolf the Forsaken, The Bitches of Brewery Park at 7 p.m. And I believe I'm still going to be over at... I believe during the day I will be helping out with a Vampire the Masquerade charity event, which I will tell you more about once I know more about it. That'll be on a different channel, but one of our friendly channels that you can go and visit. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really enjoyed having you here tonight, and I hope that we see you again next Thursday night, and then Thursday after that. So we'll see you later. Goodbye, everybody. Bye, family.
Farewell.